the 10th episode of the Pi podcast, and we have the usual people here. We're hitting digits now. We really don't have any structure for this one, so how are you guys doing? And then just carry it on from there.
Good.
Good,
Um,
good.
so before you started recording, I was saying that like at 5 a.m. there's this like TikTok versus YouTuber fight, and then from
Battle of
there I
the
was
platforms.
I was just talking to my brother, and he was like really excited about it, and I was like, why so shit? And then he was like, no, it's good. My favorite YouTubers will be there, and then basically I was just like, bro, if I had 3 months of training, like that's how long this they've been training for, I would be able to whoop all of their asses. He was like, no, no, they're too good, they're too good. So I have no personally, I have no issue with like um these things like happening. Like it's entertaining, right? It's just cheap entertainment, fine. There's nothing wrong in it per se. But I get annoyed when, like for example, people seriously have discussions about how like Logan Paul or whichever one of them fought Floyd Mayweather is one of the best boxers ever. Bro, it pisses me off because people who dedicate their lives to actually developing a talent and they're really like good at it, and then people can substitute that talent with just like clout. And it's not only
Yeah,
in boxing.
definitely. I don't think anyone's actually seriously gonna be thinking that though. Like Logan Paul
Lots of
being
people
better than
do though,
Floyd
no?
I mean,
Young
Mayweather.
like
kids, that's
12-year-olds
exactly what they
probably,
think.
No, but I
Yeah,
think
and I
that's the
guess
difference. With the YouTube thing, the viewers weren't actually people who admire the sport. They were just
yeah, for sure.
kids and like fanboys or what's up. People who actually admired the sport really admired the way Mayweather fought and recognized how shit Logan was. If you go in a sport, wouldn't you rather like have actual people who enjoy the sport be on your side than a random 12-year-old kids on their laptops rooting for
Yeah, but
Logan
they
Paul?
make like the whole point of like this cloud thing is that they make a cult of personality around them, and then from there they whatever anything they do, they have like this unwavering support of like you said fanboys. And it's not only in boxing, it's like if someone like
every celebrity.
these tiktokers they become famous, and then from there they make actual music videos or actual music, and like it
Yeah,
hits
even so
charts.
many YouTubers doing this. Like, look at KSI.
Yeah,
Actually a big fan of KSI. Like, I love his videos and all. But like, yeah, he would never be where he is in music without his money, without his
Yeah,
like internet.
that's true, but I think for someone like KSR, like a bunch of other people, you know how immature his videos were in the start.
Yeah,
It
for
was it
yeah.
sure.
was just a good way for him to redirect. Like he talks a lot about he didn't want to keep that image. So a lot of times, what a bunch of TikTokers and all of these people go in this direction to make money off of it or to like increase their like viewers or something. But then there are other people who want to just change their image and they already have a base. So I mean, they start at a higher level. But I think like
Okay,
everyone
fair,
has
fair,
different
but okay,
intentions
I
behind
think the
it.
best example of what you're saying is Joji. Joji started with like filthy Frank videos, which is
Yeah.
exactly like that silly thing that he wanted to rebrand himself, and he became Joji, and he's such a good artist. He's one of my favorite artists. That is so different from like okay, again, I really bro, I have nothing against KS. I really like him. He makes really funny videos. But if you're going into something and you want to make your image around like, okay, fine, like I want to be known as a musician, I want to express myself through music, and you're using that advantage that you already have, that's fine. I have nothing against that. But then like if you're like doing if you're making like low effort music or like it's not like good, then like it feels disrespectful to like the actual like medium. Or like
Yeah.
this Logan
No,
Paul fight when he
the
went in
thing
and was
is,
like,
Like,
I got your
the
cap,
thing,
got your cap. Like it's cloud chasing.
no,
It's
no,
not real.
I think, I forgot about Joji completely. That was a very good example. With KSI, like, I, personal opinion, his music isn't really that good. He mainly gets
It's
hype.
really bad.
Yeah, he mainly gets hype because of his fan
it's not
base and
low
the
effort
people.
though, I'd say, but like, yeah, it's not
Yeah,
good.
I
and
think his
and
high production, like
Like his
quality
own
stuff.
verses aren't good. Like, in my opinion, at
yeah, no,
least.
but I think. Joji also like suffered with the thing where he couldn't detach himself from the filthy Frank
Yeah.
image, and he struggled with
Yeah.
that a lot in the start. His, I mean, Joji generally has talent. Like his songs, like the lyrics
Yeah.
itself, it's very good. KSI, I think he wanted to go for that, but I mean, I agree. If he didn't have that fan base in the start, he wouldn't be as good. But it's also
He's cursed
smart.
for doing that.
Yeah, but it's also smart how these people redirect themselves to keep on growing.
Yeah.
Like, have you
Bro,
seen
and not
even like basic stuff? Pewdie, PewDiePie's like structure of videos and the thing he focuses on changes so much, and his style changes so
yeah.
much, and that is why he was able to grow. So yes, it is cloud chasing and all of that stuff, but it's very smart on that individual's part to keep on growing and not dying out.
It's
Keep on branching
it's
out now so that you're remain
Yeah.
relevant. But that's the whole thing with
Yeah.
the social media and stuff. And is it really their fault, or is it like, would you say it's more of a, like this the audience's fault, and like how they're actually feeding into this? Because if you have that platform, if you want to make money, you're gonna do something like this now. Like, why not take advantage of people
Yeah, like I
really?
wouldn't blame anyone for
bro.
doing it.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not. Okay, they are smart. It's a natural progression of doing this. I'm saying it's stupid of people who take it seriously and actually like enjoy this. Like, why are you like if you want to if you're into boxing? Like, I know so many young kids. Like my brother is still like better than most of his friends. Fine, like I'm trying to fix him. But bro, most young kids these days, bro,
Yeah.
they look at these things and they're so inundated with this type of stuff that they think, oh, these guys are really like if you go on the main type of music, most of it is like TikTok like music, like this music that gets popularized by TikTok. Okay,
Yeah.
or it just bothers me when that cloud chasing thing becomes the mainstream, like the real thing. Like
No,
it's
no,
nothing against like doing it
it
to make
pisses me
money.
off when people, like when fans glorify these people like they actually
Yeah,
worked very hard or they have like amazing talent. That's
yes.
the very annoying thing.
Like
Like,
they worked hard in their own, like I would say, yeah, go on.
yeah, the one example why I
I
can
was,
say,
yeah.
yeah, sorry, the one way that I think it's clear that their fame is by chance and everything, bro. Things like that video from GTA of Trevor and no, Franklin and what was the other guy's name?
Michael,
No, the meme like a few months ago in
The
Winters, the scene from
the one,
GTA.
yeah, yeah, that's I don't know, they recreated it also.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like that kind of random shit just popped up. Like, why it's very random. It's
Yeah, fair, fair,
mainly
fair. I
chance.
mean, Danya, when you were saying that, like, you don't think like they did work hard in their respective mediums. Like maybe KSI, like he grinded, made good videos, but bro, like people like Logan Paul, J. Paul, I don't respect them, bro. I don't think they worked hard for shit.
yeah, I don't respect them. I don't respect either of them, but like they, I don't know. I don't
How
watch
they
them. I
work
don't know if
hard?
they worked hard.
What do they
Maybe they
work
didn't.
hard for? Their families are rich. They've been child stars since like
I
bachpan.
don't
They
know though. I don't know the
Disney.
background of them.
They worked on Disney, bro. They
How many
like
like
and
celebrities work now? Like the Kardashians, look at them. Like, why are they famous? Like,
Yeah,
it's just
that's
like
just
how
another story. That's just
that's still
like
mad.
the
different, bro. That's still
Yeah.
different.
that's still
That's
different.
still different. I'm just saying, I do think they okay. So for
But the
example,
reason,
Kylie Cosmetics, like I think that's smart and like good. Like she gives like a good product. Like
yeah,
even if they whatever they're using their base off. I'm not saying against using something to like become famous from that. Like for example, someone gets shot, like 50 Cent got shot, and from there he made like a really good like rap. I have nothing against using something to propel yourself to like fame or like a relationship with someone famous or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But
or
what
like
you're
a
with
sex
the
tape.
craft you're in, you should be talented. Like do so like it pisses me off. This like it's the only thing they're surviving on is viewership. Like they just all eyes on them, and they're not doing anything good. It's not like if you have that blessing of like so many people like know your names, know who you are, then why don't you just do it good? Like
Bro, but
focus
then
on
in a
one
way,
thing. Become
isn't that their talent? Like, you know how they say no, like all like publicity is good publicity, or like whatever the quote was. Like, isn't their
yeah,
Yeah,
talent like using their publicity, keep on propelling themselves, whether it's like good or bad, stick to
like
it,
even
right?
in keeping up with the Kardashians, I think that's a huge example of like what Nabeel was also saying, it's the viewers, man. Like, why are they watching Keeping Up with the
Yeah, but
Kardashians?
at the end of the day, we like people like their own thing. Some people like watching
Yeah,
very
true,
weird
true. Like,
stuff. Some people like
yeah,
watching mindless, senseless, stupid dramas. I don't know, man. They're just
Bro, but keeping up with the Kardashians is still like they're making a show about themselves. So the people who want to watch that show, like they are like it's the same thing as like okay, so if someone like wants to watch David Dobrik vlogs, they're going to watch that. But then when someone goes into something like boxing, then the entire boxing community becomes focused around that, and it takes away attention from like the good boxers, like real good fighters. Like, I don't like normally
yeah,
you have like the big title fights are like actual boxers who train their lives
Or
to get there.
Or you could argue, I know a lot of people who got interested in actual professional boxing and MMA and all of that stuff because these YouTubers like diverted their attention towards it. I know a lot of young people, like in my family itself, like so many people became so interested in boxing because they were introduced to it through these YouTubers, and then now they just focus completely on boxing. And
yeah. Like, it has been good as well
yeah,
for the
it
boxing.
works either way. Matlab, I mean, it did work wonders for boxing because I bet their viewership increased generally.
Yeah,
Yeah, but one thing, it kind of random, watching that fight of Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, it was so funny because Logan Paul was so shit and Floyd
I
Mayweather
don't even
like
watch that.
actually
Like
looked like he was about to laugh. Like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like,
Yeah,
it was
and just all
just
the
but like
memes,
the
like you
stupid.
know
fact
them
that he
hug,
even
yeah, them
the
hugging each
fact that
other
he
and
even
stuff.
took that fight though, like that Mayweather took the fight, like
Bro,
you can't
money,
really say anything after that.
money.
Then yeah,
Yeah, money,
bro. You
man.
know
yeah, true.
he made as much as like he in that one fight he made as much money as like I think the last 12 or 13 seasons of Michael Jordan's basketball career.
That's
Damn, he got 80% of the cut, I think, and Logan only got 20, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, but
yeah.
just 20 was a lot as well. So,
yeah.
Exactly. It was a win for both of them.
yeah.
how do people
The people
pay
who
to
paid
watch
for
that?
it
Yeah,
were the losers, I
No, no,
guess.
yeah.
don't
Why
you?
would you
No,
pay
what
to
was
watch
funnier?
that?
What was funnier was okay. There was some attraction, like Floyd Mayweather coming back, even though it was against like a complete amateur. Like you get to see him fight once more. But who who was that guy Jake Paul fought last time? The guy who showed up with like a dad bod.
Ben Askren,
Yeah, he was smiling at the like he just showed up for the money. He didn't
he
give a
got
shit.
that money. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He was like he knocked out, walks off like smiling because he knows he just got paid.
He got
yeah.
knocked out.
That was
I
that
don't
was
know.
even
Like,
more
Knocked out like
useless.
first round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, that guy who the meme was about, like his store was sat on the
No, that
face.
was Nate
And
Robinson.
one thing is okay,
Jake Paul
kind
knocked
of
out another guy also. Yeah.
understand it if like is just in the content creating like side if they only conducted these fights within their own community, because I mean that way you can label it as just like amateur fighting, and the people are fighting with almost the same level of skill, so it's kind of entertaining as well. I think this crossover with actual boxing was kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, I mean,
that bothers me. I'll give another example. It's about J. Cole, the rapper. He went in. He had an actual passion for something. Like for me, more than talent. Talent is one thing, but I think talent can be superseded by other things. It's about passion. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. So that's why I respect Joji. I even have nothing against KSI, even though I wish that he my main critique of KSI's music is that bro, most of the stuff like he gets a bunch of good verses that he pays money for and like then the beats. So it's basically like other people's music. Like before he used to make money like he used to make songs like that song FWBs. Like it was really funny and
yeah.
it wasn't that good, but like it was still like funny because it felt like a KSI song. Now the music he puts out now it's really commercialized. It doesn't feel like
but
it just feels
Kind
like
of
he paid a
like
bunch of industry
but
people
one
like
thing,
I want to.
one thing, um, y- all his image previously was like it was funny and all, but y- you guys have you guys seen Smosh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Anthony Padilla left in the middle. because he thought that the content was just being repetitive and it was very immature and stupid. So he started his own thing, and in that it's actually somewhat meaningful content. He sits down with people from various backgrounds and like talks to them about their lives and like tries to break it down. And the other guy, Ian, he's still in Smosh. KSI had an option to keep that previous image. He could have gotten views and everything, but as a person, he would have that image. Oh, this guy just makes cringe, like childish, like hype content. Like, I mean, I can understand why he wanted to switch from that, because now
What?
if you watch Smosh, you see Ian, that guy's like around 35, 40 now. And
Yeah,
it's just
Smosh
sad
is
to see
washed
him.
now.
Yeah, it's just sad to see him make the same old videos. It's like, bro, grow up.
But it's very important to evolve with your content. 100%
Yeah,
evolve with your, like, even for example the Harry Potter movies. If you see the first movie and you see the last movie, the entire tone is so different just because of this. You have to evolve with your audience. So we were like in like I don't remember, we were probably like in elementary school when the first Harry Potter movie came out. So we were so excited by like, oh, colorful stuff's happening, different spells, and then by the end it's about like really gripping relationships and like themes like death and like dark, like even
yeah,
even the even the color schemes is so different. Like everything about like the movies change, even the books change like as they grow up. So it's important to evolve, but I think with KS, so I am really overly exposed to a lot of KSI music because my brother is a really big KSI fan. Okay, so listening to his music, it's you're saying that it's important for it to evolve because you have to make that new image of yourself, right? So I don't think this the music he puts out as KSI is like like image. It's not like I think I'm listening to a KSI song. I feel like I'm listening to a very generic, commercialized song. It's like a copy paste beat, some like really like someone like probably like it's I don't enjoy it at all. Like it feels so commercial. In my mind, he went to some music manager, said, "This is my budget. I'm willing to pay this much. I want to be taken like a real rapper. I want to be considered someone legit." Like you're saying, the whole rep thing, the whole image thing. He wants to be considered real. Bro, if you want to be considered real, you have to do something different. You have to contribute to that thing. You can't just like go and do it for cloud. Like you can't just become a boxer and say I'm one of the best boxers in the world. Like you have to do it. You have to contribute to it. You
But
have to be
like
good at
I
it.
wouldn't I wouldn't compare KSI's music to boxing. Like KSI's music, it's not good. Like it's not great, but it's improving. Like if you see the first one he made, like with all these different rappers, his verses are improving. It's getting better. Like I think he's actually passionate about it and all. It's just not like he's not that good, but
Like if
like
he's
I think
happy
he
with it,
cares about it.
yeah,
Like yeah,
he
he's
probably sees it as
yeah.
his own like evolution of himself. Like I feel like yeah, it is a lot more commercialized. Like it's a lot more radio friendly and stuff. But maybe that's what he's going for himself. I don't know. I personally didn't like his old music that much. I think his
Yeah.
new music is better, but like neither was
And
like
like if you
anything I
watch
enjoyed.
his videos and like I don't know if you know like the new like have you been watching KSI? Like, the new personality does kind of go in with his music as well though. Like I feel he's into his music. Like it's still like it gives me KSI vibes still.
Fair, fair. It's not really
and
good though.
no, the thing is
Yeah, it's not.
also like the idea of growing as like growing your channel, becoming more mature, is like a decision to retain the fans you had from the start, because you're focusing
Yeah,
on them. You're like evolving your content so that like it's becoming more mature and all of that. Him, by doing that and then starting his music career, was so smart, because now he has fans that are like proper hooked to him. They like most of, at
Yeah.
least for me, I've been watching him since like middle section. And so now it's like kind of like, oh, I saw this guy in the start when he was making that shit content. So when you watch some YouTubers from the start, you kind of like, when you see their content, you like, it's nice because
Happy
you've
for
been,
them, like proud, like
yeah.
Yeah, like
bada ho
the
gaya. Yeah,
they've come
No,
a long way.
haven't
Yeah.
you?
yeah.
Okay, at least for me, sometimes I think I subscribed to a few YouTube channels when they were like what 100, 1,000 subscribers, 2,000, and now they're at like 1 million, and I'm go like, okay, I was there in the start, and I saw this
Yeah.
guy grow, and in that way, I think now that's the weird thing about our internet, that viewers also kind of think they're part of the life of the creator, like like they know each other, even though it's just like a one-sided connection. And
Yeah.
it's very smart how these creators grab onto that and use that on their own advantage to grow or to make more money or to just like expand their viewership.
So, so
Yeah.
bro, this is one of the main things that this point. Okay, so you know how you create a relationship with that person. So, for example, music of like Kid Cudi, fine. In his music, he talks to the listener as if he's like their big brother, and he tries to create a genuine relationship with them, and it shows like he cares, bro. And then there's other people. Okay, I'm using this example of like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, because they piss me off, bro. I get really annoyed by the fact that they have the standing, and like it's a reflection of our society. The fact that people care about them, it bothers me. So the fact that in my mind, okay, even for example, someone like David Dobrik, okay, I don't, didn't he come out? Wasn't like accused of like sexual? No, his friend was okay. But
he
anyways, I
he
didn't
he
like him
was
out of that.
he was a cuck, which made all of his videos weird because he used to hide in closets and all and like record people and then you know how pop out at the last second. It just
Bro,
that
but I know
just
like
became
lots of
weirder.
girls are like really obsessed with them. My point
Yeah.
is that okay, so I don't watch the either
Yeah.
these three examples I've given. I don't watch them enough to know about them. But I feel like what pisses me off is when someone takes this advantage of the fact that they have a fan following to do stuff like this. Like okay, Kid Cudi, this example I gave, he is an actor. Like from his music career, he started acting. He's acting in this new Dune movie that's coming out. He's acted in quite a few movies. He wants to make a cartoon. He's really passionate. Like these are passionate projects. Like he wants to work on it, and I support that. I will support that because I feel like he's not taking advantage of the fact that he has a fan following. He wants to give back to that fan following. Okay, and there's a big difference in that. Like I feel like it's just that being like authentic to like yourself, being caring about like these people, like caring about it, bro. Like these people are supporting me, so I want to give back to them. Or like
Wait, I have an example. You remember when these wrestlers from WWE went into movies? So a lot of people went
yeah,
like said shit like, "Oh, these movies only got views because I mean they were
John
this
Cena,
guy's
The Rock,
fans."
John
and
Cena was in
Look
there.
look at
Yeah.
the way The Rock developed.
I was just
Started
thinking
in
about that.
started
Dwayne
in
Johnson's
WWE.
crazy good
Now
now.
he's actually good at what he does now.
yeah, yeah,
Though matlab, initial stages he did get shit for like I mean bro, he came from wrestling. His movies only like do well because his fans from wrestling like watch and all of that stuff. But in the start, people must think he's shit, but over time he grew as well. So I think what Danyal also said in the start, KSI like specifically just looking at him as an example. His music is shit right now, and it is made in a way that okay, more people can listen to it, and it's like, I mean, yeah, radio friendly, but he's slowly improving. So I think in like 5 6 years, he might actually have bars. So
Yeah. Who
yeah.
knows?
No,
and
I wish for KSI to succeed. I like him. He's a good person. Like I feel like he's a good person. I like his personality. I just want him to be more true to like yeah, again, maybe I don't know, but maybe but bro, for example, there's one song with this Polo G and that young what song is that?
Youngblood. Yeah. I don't
Oh my
remember the
god, bro,
patient.
that
isn't
song
that
is
like
it
Yeah.
feels
You're
like
right.
okay,
You're right.
there's this one Drake and Josh episode when Drake gets contacted by this major label, and then he thinks that he's made it big, but then they want him to make a song for the Super Bowl halftime. Bro, I don't know if any of you seen this episode, but it's a really good example. So they want him to make a jingle for the Super Bowl halftime, like an ad during that. But they take his voice and they put it through like a filter that makes it sound like really like bubblegummy. And then he gets really pissed off about it, and whatever some other development in that episode happens. But that song feels like someone put it through that filter. Like that song feels like so. It feels oh my god, bro! I cannot listen to that song without like cringing. Like
No, but yeah, I agree though. Like many of KSI's songs are like that as well.
But like you could think of it in this way that um he's taking the least risky route and trying to produce music that way because he
I
might
don't think
think
he should
okay,
though. I don't
yeah,
think he should.
but you could I mean ये भी सोच सकते हो कि he could probably be thinking okay he has a lot of diehard fans and their expectations might be very high, and that factor of like disappointing them and then getting a lot of shit for it. So it's better to have like a slow progress. Like his music is changing a lot. Like his first few songs were literally they'd get stuck in your head, but they were shit. Okay? And now they're slowly becoming a bit more complex. So I think he's just taking a longer route to get to that eventual point of making quality, meaningful music. So
Bro,
yeah.
bro, I
Like,
wanted to
okay,
talk about. Yeah, so what
yeah,
were you
yeah.
saying?
I'm just saying what you were saying, like how, like, it's basically the audience and people making these people famous. It's a reflection of our society. So like a lot of people, they don't care, like, how you may care, how we may care about certain people being authentic and stuff and staying true to their like brand or image. A lot of these people, they a lot of viewers just want to watch something that makes them laugh at the end of the day, like escapism type. So I don't think they care or think too much into it, and that's
Bro,
why
but
they
if
just
something like that
do this
makes you
propaganda.
laugh, then
Yeah, like I don't understand it
you
either,
should. You,
but
like it's okay. You what you're saying is that everyone should be entitled to like enjoy what they enjoy, and I agree with that.
yeah,
I
I
100%.
don't agree
Anything,
with what they enjoy though, but like it's
yeah. I
their thing.
if anything makes anyone happy, or if
Yeah,
anyone enjoys it, that's a good thing. You know, at the end, the net effect of that is good. I am critiquing the fact that I think that we should fucking tell our children to enjoy better things. Like as a parent, when I have my children, bro, I'm gonna inculcate like interest in them, like whatever they're interested in. Like if they're interested in like video games, I'm not gonna like just let them play like Fortnite and like think like, oh, this is the peak of gaming. Like I want them to get into it. I want them to appreciate like the actual like great like stuff that's made, like these great games that come out. Or like I get like sometimes people just want this like really like kitschy type of
just
like
superficial things
surface
just
level like
passing.
entertainment, which is fine, bro. I get entertained by it. Like lots of times I watch these really stupid, cringy types of like like soap dramas. Like there's this show called Dawson's Creek, or like they're fun. They're fun to watch. They're light. Like they're not, and then you
Yeah.
can cringe at it. Like you can watch it and like laugh and like cringe at it. But like some of the like level of like the YouTubers out or like TikTok stars out, like it's too bad. Like
Wait,
I get annoyed at the fact that people didn't like that. Like
Wait, so my
it's
question
not
is like,
them that annoy me as much as the fact that they are famous. Like
but do you think this is like ruining our youth? Like, do you think this is
wait,
like
no, no, no.
what's
Wait,
wrong with this?
let me talk about one thing Saad said. Um,
Yeah,
you know how you went like I'd make my children like play these specific games or like watch these. It it makes me think I've talked about this previously. It's like now when you see little kids watch cartoons, those cartoons are so stupid, and then you think
yeah,
like, bro, they're missing out on that kind of stuff like Courage the Cowardly Dog, like SpongeBob, like Tom and Jerry, like good cartoons that had some like they was somewhat interesting. And then we were talking, and then we thought, okay, we'd make our children watch that. But then I remembered my dad often talked about specific movies or specific games or specific like songs that was part of his childhood, and he probably thought that okay, these were like this was the peak of content. I'm gonna make my child listen to this. It's just a repeating cycle, I guess.
yeah, but it's for me when I don't mean like I want them to see exactly like replicate myself. I just mean that I want them to have like depth to it. Like I don't want them to just be like whatever is popular on social media. I want them to, if they're interested in type of music, I would want them to like really get into it. If they like appreciate it for what it is,
what
like
if they were
just
watching
being
boxing,
surface level.
YouTuber boxing?
Yeah, like even with boxing, bro. If my son was into boxing, I'd want him to like really
No, but like
understand
YouTuber
like
boxing, would you let them
not
watch?
YouTube
Like,
bro boxing.
Thing is, like the
If
YouTuber
I
boxing is the same surface level, like entertainment. There's nothing like it's still like it's okay to enjoy it, but not like think it's so great or
just
anything.
don't
yeah,
pay
Obviously,
for it, bro.
I'm
Like,
gonna watch it with like this TikTok YouTube fight at 5 a.m. I'm gonna watch it like, but I'm just gonna
obviously
watch it
not
to
take it seriously and like
critique it.
think,
Yeah, like, I'm
oh
gonna be
yeah,
like I'm gonna laugh at the TV. Like I'm not
No,
gonna
no, no,
think they are
no.
like really good
Yeah,
fighters.
yeah,
obviously not, yeah,
that's the thing now. Like when people take it seriously, that's when it gets annoying. Like, okay,
yeah, for
y-
sure,
like if I watch it or like what Saad said, like the way he'd watch it, you'd watch it in like a lighter, like not taking it that seriously, going like, wow, he's so amazing, like breaking down it, like getting really into it, just on the surface level, just for like light entertainment. But when these like kids, especially these annoying kids, these fanboys, when they break down, oh no, his boxing style was so much better. I remember in school, I saw these bunch of like 10th graders discuss Logan Paul and KSI's fight. And the depth to which they went, it was just annoying. It was weird.
Bro, what's worse is that it's not only kids, it's also people in our grade, even people older than us. Yeah, like 30-year-olds watch
Yeah,
this fight.
true.
That's what bothers me.
yeah.
with kids,
Okay,
Also,
maybe
I
just
wanted
something
to,
to grow out of now. Like how we used to watch WWE. Like I was obsessed with that shit. Like I thought it was real for the longest time. But like now looking back at it, I'm like, oh shit, you can
Bro,
see he's doing this.
when I found out WWE was fake, that's equivalent of like telling a kid like the tooth fairy isn't real or like Santa's not
Yeah,
real.
I thought it
That
was all real. But
broke
yeah,
me.
yeah, so I think it's something you grow out of now. Like I guess we probably used to talk about, हाँ यार John Cena वो बड़ा punch मारा था उसने उस दिन Randy Orton. I don't know, bro. Like, but yeah, like I guess the people older than us, people who are actually mature and like take this seriously. I mean, to each their own. But I don't know, bro.
bro, I wanted to talk about this J Cole. What I was talking about before. I wanted to just finish
His
that idea,
NBA,
bro. Yeah, he wanted to. So before he became a rapper, he genuinely like was one of the best basketball players in his high school, and like he wanted to go into like professional basketball, but like he didn't take it seriously, and like he turned more towards music. But he always had that like very deep interest and like passion for basketball. So because of that, he um, wanted to hone in on that craft, and later on, he went and he got it's like a 7 game deal with the Rwandan basketball team in the African like basketball league. Bro, I think that is a really good way of branching out in like a healthy way. Like and he got shit for it. He did get shit for it. So one of the basketball players in Rwanda, I mean in not in I don't know, one of these African basketball players was like just really disrespectful of like some guy like as big as him to come and steal the spotlight of like people who've been trying for so hard. And I didn't agree with him, even though it might have been similar to what I was saying. I was critiquing some like Logan Paul for doing. I think it's different because he's not trying to make a show out of him. Like like he's not trying to be like attention seeking or like he's being humble about it. He genuinely just really wanted to like pursue this dream, and he is, and it's really nice like that he's doing it. Like
no, but this is very interesting how previously you provided a point of view from like someone who's not part of the fan base, and now it's like,
Yeah, dude, I was
like,
thinking that. Yeah,
okay, yeah, he might have had an interest in it or might have been good at it, but unlike the pros in that league, he hadn't committed to that cause from the start. That itself could be a point that this guy's getting attention and being in the spotlight when we committed our entire lives for this particular sport and profession. That could be a point that pisses them off a lot. It doesn't have to be, oh, he's talented, he was good at it. He didn't commit to it like they did. So it can be pretty annoying, like someone who's gotten so much attention from doing something else randomly because he had an interest or was good at something, just comes back to it and like steals the spotlight. I mean, it's still, you can take it
I
the same
understand that.
way.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think okay, so for example, I get pissed off at Conor McGregor. Okay, for me, it's not only about just being like talented or not. It's also about, bro, have some respect. Like when you're doing something. I mean, maybe this is like, like maybe like I don't know. I think that it's bad for any sport or anything if you're focusing more on the like dramatics and theatrics of something than like the actual talent. And I'm not to say that like I don't get invested in like storylines of like athletes or something. I really like, for example, Khabib, bro. I am really like into his personality other than other than his career, like fighting career. But doesn't try to make it about that. Like Connor is attention seeking, tries to like trash talk this like, and it is to make them more money, right? Like they get more money, but like why doing cheap stuff to like make money? Like that's what bothers me. Like
Okay,
just doing cheap tricks to like try and get attention. That's the main thing that bothers me.
People
okay,
enjoy that as well, though. Like, people like I agree like that it's disrespectful and all, but like I like it's your opinion, right? And my opinion is probably similar to yours as well, but people like enjoy. They think it makes the fight more entertaining as well. Like different people have different
Maybe it
opinions
gives them
about
more
it.
character as well. Like, they can, I don't know,
Yeah,
uh,
they attach more emotion with that specific individual, I guess. I don't know.
okay. So we're in the closing sessions of this podcast. So one thing I want to bring up before that, um, what's your view on that Hasbullah thing, that midget,
bro,
that like,
I love him. I don't know why. Just it's too
Bro,
good.
I didn't know who he was until right before this. I asked Danu, I was like, who is this
you
guy?
know,
Like,
he's
why
18 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has a genetic issue. But
yeah,
I only know him from memes. But like,
I don't know
If
who
if
he is.
I don't have
okay, just
views of him.
just imagine
he is
he
just a meme.
yeah,
Isn't he
just
Muslim?
imagine. No, wait, think about this. He starts boxing, he has one fight, he gets a lot of money and attention from it. What's your view on that then? And people take it seriously.
I mean,
But he
it's
was like,
midget boxing. How will people take it seriously?
That's so rude.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
good for him.
no,
He's using his platform and fame
yeah,
and viewership to do
I
something.
like him.
Like,
I have no issue with
he's
him.
smart.
I
Why?
like him also because, bro, because he's not being like
Obnoxious
offense. Like
about
he's
it.
not trying to like get attention from like something. Just like being like he's being funny to get the attention, which is bro. I don't know. I'd have to like refine that thought. It's just like, bro,
we
what
don't even
bothers
know
me
what
is
he
like,
says. Like, we don't even know his language. Like, he just says some funny word. It sounds
see,
funny to us. I don't even know what it
Bro,
is.
no, funniest thing was when I saw him jump into a Mercedes and him stand on
Yeah.
the seat because he couldn't sit properly.
It,
the
That's
thing is, I think
yeah.
there was like two, three of these guys who came up at like around the same time, like these with the same genetic thing, and I saw it on. I was just talking about Khabib. I saw him on Khabib's Instagram only. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's called like the mini Khabib or something like that.
yeah,
that's
so
what came up when I
I have
searched
nothing
him.
against bro, because he's not like the whole thing is that like he's overcoming something, like he's overcoming this whole like thing, and that is the like the gimmick like that makes him famous, right? Like he acknowledges that and he leans into it. The thing is with someone like who's being like disrespectful to other people trying to get attention on them is that they try and they try and present themselves as if it's not that gimmick that brought them there. They act so
Yeah.
overconfident about it
Like,
that makes
Jake Paul
like
says he made
yeah.
himself and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
That
no,
that's
no,
that's
the,
that's such bullshit.
and
They
then
actually say
when
that,
people
like,
buy into that and acknowledge and like believe that, that's what bothers me. Like they think they're legitimately really talented.
Yeah, for sure.
okay, sorry to cut the conversation, but it's time to end this. Okay.
Yeah.
This was actually a very interesting conversation. But I think Saad, your argument kind of fell apart when you brought about Jake Cole. Okay.
I still think it's a very different thing in my
It-
opinion.
yeah, but when you look at it from a neutral point, it sounds the same. Like from my point of view, when you look at it neutrally, your argument, what you didn't like about the other thing, could very easily be used in the same argument. But at
yep,
the
yep.
same time, I think it was interesting how we got both views. and the amount of contradiction. But um, this was interesting. Nice. Okay. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
Allah Hafiz, guys. Thank you.
Lafaz.
Yeah.
Take care.